Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got the return of a Kansas sovereign citizen who somehow managed to make an already bad situation worse. So this guy previously tried to request an in-person jury trial over Zoom from Texas. Yeah, that's not how jury trials work. Those are almost always done in person in the actual courtroom. But it gets better. While traveling through Kansas for that case, he apparently picks up another traffic ticket. So now he's dealing with round 2, and it's not going any better. Let's jump in.
Right. The next matter is State versus Isaiah Curvin, 24 TR 17. There's a name of Isaiah Curvin on the screen. Please turn on your monitor.
I'm here.
Mr. Curvin, is the headgear you're wearing a religious item?
It's a cap. I'm outside. It was snowing out here. I'm in Oklahoma City. I'll take it off in a second. That's why I got my jackets on. Yeah, it's kind of cold outside. No problem.
All right. This is your first appearance. We were scheduled for an earlier date. Mr. Curvin did not appear at that time. A 30-day suspension letter was ordered to be sent. Mr. Curvin apparently contacted the clerk's office following at some point in intervening and requested hearing. So we're here today for first appearance. Mr. Curvin, you are charged with driving without a valid driver's license or no DL. That is a Class B non-person misdemeanor. A B misdemeanor is punishable up to 6 months in the county jail and a fine not to exceed $1,000. Not saying that's what the penalty will be. It's just what the maximum available under Kansas law. You have the right to a trial if you are subject to a jail sentence, or if that's a possibility, then if you wish to have an attorney but could not afford one, you could apply to the court. If you met the financial guidelines, then I would appoint an attorney to represent you. However, if a person is not facing a jail sentence, then they're not entitled to court-appointed counsel.
So right away, the court lets him know he qualifies for a court-appointed attorney, which is honestly the smartest option he's going to get. But instead of taking that help, he decides to represent himself. And if you've seen these cases before, you already know where this is going.
Do you understand your rights, sir?
I do. Yes, sir.
Right. In a moment, I'm going to ask how you wish to proceed in regards to a plea. Right now, do you have a plan in regards to an attorney? Are you hiring an attorney, asking the court to appoint, representing yourself?
Represent myself, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Curvin, you looks like you're 33 years old. So absent some other compelling reason, you'd be able to represent yourself. If you wish to, I'm going to ask what your plea is. If you wish to have a trial, if you wish to, I don't know if you qualify for a diversion, if you wish to try to get the case resolved either through counsel or yourself with the county attorney's office, any of those things, then your plea should be not guilty. If you choose to plead guilty, then we would proceed to sentencing. I would hear from both parties in a pronounced sentence. If you plead no contest, that is then if the state were to present what we refer to as a proffer, a person who's pleading no contest are not challenging the charge, but they're not pleading guilty per se. If there's a proffer that supports the facts that would result in a guilty verdict, then that person would be found guilty and we'd proceed to sentencing in the same manner as I described before. With those things in mind, how do you wish to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Are we on the record?
Yes.
Well, on the record before I make a plea, I'd like to simply state that I do not understand the nature and cause of action in regard of the elements of my personal jurisdiction, the venue, and the nature cause of action until the prosecution has properly alleged them for me, and therefore I'm not able to enter a plea until then. I'd like to know if it's going to be if I'm going to be tried under common law, or is it going to be under maritime amity law?
Here we go, straight into the sovereign citizen script. He starts bringing up maritime admiralty law in Kansas. Kansas, a landlocked state. No oceans, no ships. The judge shuts that down immediately and explains it clearly. This is not maritime law, and it's not some vague common law argument either. You're being charged under state statutory law, specifically laws that regulate driving. And the rule is simple. If you're operating a vehicle on a public road, you need a valid driver's license. There's no loophole here.
Can you speak up a little bit? It's difficult to hear you.
I got my headphones on. Did you hear what I said, or just what part did you need to
I heard part of what you said. So,
okay. I was saying, for the record, I did not simply understand nature and cause of action bring about against me, with regards of the elements of our persona jurisdiction, and also the nature and cause of action until the jurisdiction, the prosecution has let me know what they're going to try me underneath, so I can let you know what I'm going to make my plea. I'm not really sure if it's under common law or is it maritime amity law. So I can know how to defend myself, and then I can enter my plea.
all right. Have you filed a motion for discovery in this case?
I filed in I put a special appearance in affidavit in about a week ago.
Well, there's something that's listed as correspondence in the court file. I'm looking at it now. It's not an official pleading. Neither does it state that you've requested information from the state that we refer to as discovery.
You didn't receive? I emailed. I actually faxed the special appearance. Did you receive it?
Then he tries to make a special appearance. But the court quickly points out, you're not an attorney. You don't get to create your own legal procedures. At the end of the day, you have two choices: represent yourself or have a lawyer represent you. There's no third option where you outmaneuver the system with technicalities.
There's a document that looks like it is served or before a notary in Oklahoma that reflects what appears to be your signature and says respondent beneficiary of the named defendant constitutional rights / benefits.
It should
Is
be
that
like
the document you're referring to?
Yeah, I think is it just only one they went through? Because there's like 4 or 5, a few pages that went through, not just one.
There's a one-page document.
There's only one. It's supposed to be more. I faxed to more over there. It was supposed to be like 4 pages.
It's one page. Where it begins is at the top. It says the Supreme Court said in U.S. versus Mirsky.
Yeah, I have a copy right here with me. I think you're just referring to the last page, and I sent like 4 pages of them. I think I got it notarized at the end of it, and I think the notary already sent the last page to you, but it was supposed to be 4 more pages to go with that. And that was the special appearance.
All right. Are you entering a plea of guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
I cannot enter a plea at the moment because I'm not sure what I'm going to be tried under. What jurisdiction am I going to be tried under? I do not understand the nature of the cause of action brought up yesterday.
Now we get to one of the most misunderstood arguments, the Sixth Amendment. He claims he has the right to understand the charges. That's not what it says. You have the right to be informed of the charges, not to have them explained until you personally agree with them. If legal language is confusing, that's exactly why attorneys exist.
I've explained what you're charged with.
Yes.
I'm going to put you down as a plea of not guilty and set this matter for trial. If you wish to
my special appearance didn't make it. I need to resend it as well. How can I reset it? So I gotta have a chance to resend my special appearance because it didn't make it in. I guess you already had the last copy of it. There's some more pages that you didn't receive. I need to enter that in beforehand. How can I reset it so I can do that? I have time to do that. I can do it today, and we can reset it for this same time next week if that's okay with you.
I'm going to go ahead and set this for trial. You can, if you have pretrial motions that you'd like to address, they need to be properly filed.
Okay.
Sometimes if people are representing themselves, they're still held to the same standard as an attorney would be.
Yes, sir.
And sometimes people don't have the experience to do that correctly. So there's an advantage to having an attorney. But I'm going to set aside 2 hours for bench trial.
I'd like to be tried by jury if that's okay. If I'm going to be separate trial, if it has to be separate trial.
Have you made a written request for trial by jury?
I have not. This is my first appearance today.
If you're seeking to have a jury trial, then you're going to need to file a written motion in that regard.
Okay.
Again, pursuant to Kansas law, there are restrictions in that regard. When we set a jury trial, I generally have a pretrial date that we have. You will be required to be here at Elk County to conduct that hearing. If you have pretrial motions that you're wishing to have heard, we typically would do that in advance at a pretrial. I'm going to set a pretrial date at this time. It'll give you an opportunity to place your written motion for request for jury trial. We will set that hearing for, Sarah, can you give us a date within 30 days?
How long would you like for the pretrial, sir?
Anytime is fine before
And then this moment. He jumps in with a response, except the judge wasn't even talking to him. At this point, he's just reacting to anything that sounds official.
the 17th.
Hour.
That's about 1 hour. Okay.
Miss Gillette, on the 17th, do you have very much scheduled with Satterfield for your half day?
Can I do another day besides the 17th? I can't make that day. I have something on that day. Is there maybe the 15th or maybe after the 17th? That's the one day I cannot make.
We could do the morning of May 1st at 9 a.m.
So the trial is set for May 1st at 9 a.m., a full jury trial, which, unfortunately, means we probably won't be seeing this one on YouTube. Yeah, tragic. But before we wrap this up, I want to give a quick shout out. If you want to see the full, uncut footage without commentary, go check out and hey, let them know I sent you. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you didn't, that's fine too, drop a dislike. But either way, leave a comment below and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss any future uploads.